Hello, Steve Arts 89. The other thing that's been in the news besides Madonna's Bedtime Stories hitting number one on iTunes 26 years after it was released is the whole battle between Universal Studios and AMC Theatres. Um, I'm kind of really shocked about this. Now, we all sort of realised when Rona hit that there was, cinemas were going to have a bit of a problem. Now, when this happened, all the studios basically guaranteed the theaters, we're not going to abandon you. We're not going to just go straight to digital releases because we need the theatrical release as well. We need that money. We value that model, and we're going to stick to that. Except Universal. Now there are a few studios who are talking about releasing um, movies immediately to streaming, but they kind of pulled back on that once the theaters got threatened by it. But Universal just said no. And they released Trolls World Tour. It did very well. And they were bragging about it and doing a victory lap, as Grace Randolph said. Um, and they really were. I remember seeing some articles. I'm like, okay. So what's your point that you've managed to do well during Rona, or are you trying to let the theatre chains and NATO and all that know that you basically don't need them? Because apparently, and I'm getting all this from Grace's videos because I just don't have the time to do my own research. Um, Basically, theaters, and I thought they got 40. I thought they got 50% opening weekend, then 40%, but apparently they get 60% of the theater run um, studios. Whereas if they release on digital, they get 80%. And Universal, apparently, because they own everything, apparently they're doing it all themselves, they get 100%. So if they release the film, they get every dollar. They don't have to give any of it to the studios or anyone else because they're not partnering with anyone. They're just releasing it themselves directly. So yeah, basically AMC has turned around and said, that's it, fine. We are never going to show any Universal Studio films at any of our cinemas. We are the largest cinema chain and we are not showing any Universal films, which means Halloween, Kills. I know Halloween fans are upset. That's how I first heard about this. Halloween fans were freaking out because apparently, even if the film is still released in time for Halloween this year, as it was planned to be, Universal isn't going to allow it in the theaters. It's only going to be released. I guess it could only be released in some of the smaller chains. But maybe NATO has said they're staying out of it now. NATO is the national. Oh my God, theatre owners, national. God, it's the group of theatre owners. It's like, you know, oops. Yeah, I'm not a professional. I'm doing this for fun. Yeah, I just, I don't know I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if all the theatre owners are just going to stick together. And after Rona, everything's going to go back to normal and Universal's just going to be on their own as just a streaming service? Or will the other theatre owners smell the money? I mean, the other studios smell the money and drop the current model, and because there was talk years ago of them releasing simultaneously cinema and digital, or at least lessening the space between the theatre release and then the digital release, because that's sort of one of the issues, the window that they have to keep between the releases and that. So basically, Universal has done the video on demand, 48-hour rental, 19.99, premium video on demand, blah blah. So they've got their ways of basically you pay to either buy it or just to like view it for like a time period. And some people will do this because it's easier and it's cheaper because they're not going to the cinema, driving there with their car and their kids and buying all the food and everything. And a whole family can sit down to a film they've paid one for. So that's another reason why I'm like, every person who goes to cinema has to pay $20, but you buy the rental, you can bring the whole neighborhood and watch the film, and they can't do anything. So there's a lot of issues either way. But I'm just really shocked that I was shocked that Universal took this move, but I thought they'll pull back when everything goes back to normal. They'll start putting their films in the theater again, and they'll probably just have a smaller window or a simultaneous release or something. But I don't know what's going to happen. It's all very scary. I don't want theaters to die. So good one, Universal. I'm going to go. Thanks. Feel free to share, like, and subscribe or comment. Comments are fun. Thanks. Bye.